right, here is the video review for Transformers Legacy United. What is this? Cybertron universe? Starscream. And there he is. He's a jet. He's a cool jet. I didn't pick up Armada Starscream, and I might, because I have Armada Megatron and Armada Prime. I didn't pick up Armada Hotshot either, because he was just a little flat boy. But, whatever. We did get Starscream, because he was cool. I found him while we were on our trip. But yeah, cool jet. Very swooshable. Very fun to fly around. His stuff, these pieces right here come packed separately, as well as these fins come packed separately in his package, and then the gun and the key. These are not attached in package. Because I don't know why they didn't make those just stay on, because they just pop off and there's no reason for it. Anyway, jet mode, I understand why they had these off. He does come with, you see he's got his gun. He does have a little cyber key back here. It doesn't actually activate a gimmick, but it does have a little Decepticon logo on it. That will probably live in a bin, just because, like, it's not so small that you would absolutely lose it. It is not the smallest piece of a Transformer I've ever seen. I think that is still world's smallest Transformers Ravage's head. If it were popped off, you were boned. Good luck finding it. I did find it once. It did pop off, and I did find it once. But anyway, that will probably live in a parts bin. It does have some functionality in both modes, but it doesn't activate a gimmick. It's just there to evoke the original toy. And unfortunately, these guns are in place. You can't move those guns anymore, which is a little sad, but alas. But yeah, very cool jet. Very fun to whoosh all over the place. Go ahead and take the key out, as well as the gun. The gun actually pegs in, like you can see there's the hand peg up in the top. Pegs it upside down, and it tabs in on these two little sides here. There's a couple little tabs here that fit in these slots on the bottom of the gun. I'll set those weapons off to the side. These may pop off during transformation because, again, they're just on little 5mm pegs, and they're not super tight. It's not difficult to bump them off. We'll try to do the transformation as it shows in the instructions with leaving them on, but they may come off, and that's okay. But basically, you want to rotate them up vertically out of the way. Vertically, or just get them like in this direction. And then you come here, and you unpeg these panels from each other and pull the legs, and the nose cone pops apart. Bring the legs down like this and like this. The toe folds in. That's not really the toe. The folds into the toe of the foot. This piece comes around to form a more secure heel. And then you bring it down and around. This piece right here, just like that. It's got some ankle tilt, but there's the foot. And then this panel closes in to fill in the leg, which is really nice. They didn't leave it hollow. They've been doing some really good work on these figures lately to, even if they end up being a little hollow, making some panels and stuff to cover it. Not all of them. They're not all perfect, but he does have a waist swivel there just past the cockpit, which is nice. But they're trying. And you come down here, unpeg the arms from... These also don't peg on as well as I would like. They don't stay on the peg once you're pegging everything together. It's not the end of the world. It holds together just fine once everything else locks into place. But anyway, unpeg the arms from here, bring them down, and then bring them up into there. Rotate them around, open up this panel, and flip the fist out, close it back up. There you go. And once you've got that done, you can go ahead and rotate that back up like that, fold the wing down. Same over here. Rotate this, open it up. There you go. Open up, flip out the fist. There we go. Bring that up, bring it the other way. I think it's, again, depending on how you rotate it, you'll like to pop out, but there we go. And then this whole assembly comes down. This little tab right here is going to peg in up here. Lock that down. These can untab from each other and then rotate down around behind his back. Although, again, these came as separate pieces. They're also on 5mm pegs. And then they just plug in right here and fold back around. You can really angle them however you want. Like, I like to fold them as far back around as I can. Bring the head down, and then, actually, before you do that, open up this back panel, flip his head up, and then make sure. It's a little tricky, because if you push this all the way down on the front, it comes up a little too high. You want to make sure that lines up so that tabs securely in, and you fold these back down. And there he is in robot mode. He's got a bald right head, although it doesn't look up very well. Dual shaped shoulders. The actual shoulder pad itself can come out a little bit, and down. I thought that might have been for transformation, but it doesn't actually. The way this orients itself in transformation, there's no point to really bringing that out and about. It interferes with when the legs are out. It may just be there to help you giving more articulation in the shoulders, but it does come out and down like that. We got dual hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, dual hinged elbows, which is nice. I don't think, yeah, he does have wrist swivel, but this piece kind of gets in the way of some of that. He does have the waist swivel there. Guns don't do anything this time. Dual hinge hips, thigh swivel, single hinge knees, and then a pretty good range of articulation, both front and back and side to side there in the foot. You can see he does have the flip out swords. They can be deployed in, there's swords on both of them. I think the original had a sword and a gun in each one. I think the big one, yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, then you pose him. Swords out, swords down. The cyber key, as I mentioned, you can slot it in here into his back, although, as also mentioned, does not activate a gimmick. It just stores there. Same with his weapon. You can, there's a slot on the back of the gun here that you can attach the key to if you want. And he can hold his gun in either hand. But yeah, he's a fun Starscream. I really like him. I like his robot mode. I do wish maybe these could have affixed more securely the shoulder, these assemblies with the fins and the swords in them to his body. Again, I get why, because of the way they package them this way, why these were separate pieces, although I would have, and maybe there's a remold of some sort coming that's there's a reason for having those swapped out. Maybe there'll be one that instead of swords has null rays, although that in itself just pegs into just kind of snaps onto this piece. So there's no reason they couldn't do a different version with different weapons in that thing without having to remold this whole piece. But there may be a reason for these pieces being separate, aside from just how to package it and ship it. I don't know. So we'll see what comes down the line. But yeah, very fun, very cool. Like I said, I really dig it. He's just about the right size. He's a good size for playing with. He's not too big. He's not too small. His jet mode, like I said, is fun to swoop around. Definitely I wasn't sure if I wanted him at first, and then I saw him in person. I'm like, that kind of looks really, really cool. And I'm glad I grabbed him. I don't have any other Cybertron era stuff to really compare him with, but I do have, if you want to get an idea of his size, here he is with the Armada Megatron we got in Legacy. With pauldrons a little way up there, but yeah. They look good together, even if they weren't from the same cartoon. But anyway, there is Cybertron Universe Starscream from Transformers Legacy United. And he's Galaxy Force Starscream, if you want to call him that. But he's really cool. I definitely recommend him. I did get him as part of the 30% off Target sale, but he's one that I would absolutely recommend at regular going to the shop and buy him price. He's really cool and a lot of fun.